Social influence involves changes in behavior influenced by the actions of other people. Social influence can come about for a variety of reasons, on a continuum from mere suggestion to the more severe form, well, to torture. How does the social influence work? Well, first, we must become aware of the difference between ourselves and the values of behaviors of other people. There are great many studies of social influence that demonstrate how the presence of others can cause us to change our attitude or actions. Studies show that the people eat more when dining with others than I'm talking about dining out here. So they eat more in the company of others they do when they are alone. They also run faster when others are running with them. There's even some interesting research on social influence among animals with similar results to those with human studies. Probably one of the most interesting aspects of social influence is the pressure for conformity. Conformity is a process by which an individual opinion or behavior moves towards the norms of the group. In a classic study by Simon Nash, 7 people were shown curves with 3 lines drawn. Here's an example. So, they were shown the lines, and then they were asked to select the lines among the 3 that matched the standard line. Here's the standard. So there's no question as a comparison. This has to be easy, right? Wrong. You see, Ash enlisted the cooperation of 6 of the 7 participants in the experiment, and the first card as the 6 responded correctly. They identified the lines of the same length. So the 7th person, who is the only real subject in the experiment, well, the 7th person answered correctly, in agreement with the others. But on the next card, 4 of the cooperating participants choose an incorrect answer about their in agreement. The fun is whether to conform the opinion of the peer group, even though the answer is in conflict with the answer so known to be correct. So, what do you think happened? Well, subjects who were tested alone made errors in answers fewer than 1% of the time. This was controlled by those tested in groups of 7, let's see. 75% yield at least once to conform to a group answer that was clearly incorrect. And on average, subjects conformed to the group in about 37% of the clinical trial. This means that they were bringing their behavior into agreement with group norms, in spite of what they were seeing. Later, she manipulated the size of the control group, also the experimental group, to show the group size would affect the operation did. I probably say groups of 4 demonstrated about the same result as groups of 8. Interestingly enough, a unanimous agreement by group was more important. In other words, a unanimous opinion by 3, a majority with a dissenting opinion in the group of 8. among diverse cultural groups with comparable results. Of course, people in cultures that emphasize group cooperation tended to be more willing to conform. But remember that many of the original studies were done in the United States, where there is a high value placed on individualism. Either because they have characteristics in common, or they know each other and interact in a peer group outside of the. Well, since the group members can influence one another to conform to the opinion of the group, the group decisions of a group may be called into question. What about decisions by political committees or parliaments? What about juries for charging with convicting or acquitting an accused defendant? Clearly, social influence will play a part in these critical group decisions. Also interesting is that the fact that after decision is made by a group, there's a tendency to solidify, and by that I mean that the group becomes even more convinced of the validity of the group opinion. This may happen because individual group members who strongly support the group tended to be more popular with the group members.